Absolutely. So, welcome back to Otaku News Live. We're going to get started here, and as usual, we have Matt Dixon from the Life and Times of Anime here with his hats.
Plural, two.
Exactly.
I always wear two.
Always
Not
wear
at the
two.
same time, not usually, but this time I do. I have two hats.
Because he's important that way.
I am that important, I deserve two fedoras.
Exactly.
And I also have a button, which makes me even more important. So bow down, snails.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm impressed. That's all I can say. So let's start with the anime and manga news of the week, starting with some anime news. The last season of the Hellsing OVA is moving forward with two studios that I'd never heard of before in my life. Studios Graphinica and Kelmatic will be animating it. Graphinica is a spin-off from Gonzo, so beware there. Gonzo is not known for its strong endings. And Kelmatic is one of the generic anime subcontractors that have been working on a variety of anime here and there. So I don't know. I don't know if that's good or bad, but at least Hellsing OVA is moving forward. Has anyone here watched Hellsing OVA at all? Hellsing Ultimate? Anyone? Matt, have you watched it?
How can you have a season of OVAs? How can you have a series, an OVA series? That doesn't make sense. Isn't an OVA like a one-time thing to sum up, or be like an afterwards of a series? I'm really confused.
Well, yeah, but this is like a 12-episode OVA.
What?
Yeah.
That's not allowed. You might as well just call it an anime series.
It's Hellsing. It's special.
Special.
It's very special. So that's what's going on there. Who knows? But at least that's going on. As we seem to be talking about Cat Shit 1 every episode. More news about that. The DVD and Blu-ray discs released in Japan will include the English dub, which is a bit of a surprise. Mainly because, as I recall, when Funimation released it over here, they didn't dub it at all. So, at least I don't think so. So, they're going to release it in early December, and you can get it over there. The problem is, of course, it will be Japanese prices, so it'll cost like $300. But it's cool that the original company is releasing it in Japan with the English dub and subs on there. That's pretty cool. Or at least
Wait,
the dub.
so the only way to get it will be to order it from Japan. To get a DVD that speaks your language, you have to get it from a country that doesn't speak your language at all.
Nope, Funimation's already licensed it over here in America. So there's already a North American Funimation release, which is kind of the weird thing. Is why would they bother? I don't understand why the Japanese licensors feel a need to put that on there. And it's also kind of weird that Funimation would, license it back to the original Japanese. It's strange. Speaking of Funimation, actually, they're going to be bringing back their premium box sets and their anime classics line. So basically, when a box set's first released, you're going to get a premium box set with some kind of special thing in there, an amulet or a special booklet or something. And then when it kind of runs its course and they've gotten all the money they can out of it, they'll release a super cheap anime classics version of it, like they've done with a lot of other shows out there. So at least we're getting cheap anime.
Funimation's doing some really interesting stuff as well, actually. They're doing, I don't know if there's any gamers in this audience, but you watch anime, so you must be. They're doing a Dragon Age anime, which I'm really excited about.
Yes.
Funimation did Dante's Inferno, didn't they?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. The one thing I'm hoping that they do or don't do is go Batman Gotham Knight, which was brilliant. Batman Gotham Knight was awesome, but it was supposed to be Matrix, the Animatrix.
Right.
Everyone's heard of the Animatrix. But it wasn't as long. The Animatrix had about 3 hours worth of stuff. Batman Gotham Knight was an hour and a half at best.
Yeah.
If that, And I'm hoping Dragon Age Origins, if not, a full-length 2-hour anime film, is a good amount of short films like the Animatrix was, because they were brilliant, especially with all the different art styles as well.
Right, and that was one of the problems I thought with the Batman feature, is that it bounced around so much and didn't have as much of a cohesion to it. And Animatrix was intentionally meant to provide sort of this backstory to things, so that worked.
Yeah.
But for a Batman, work, you kind of want something more cohesive than like 7 different disconnected stories. So it's tough.
The one good really good points about Batman Gotham Knight, or the directors of it more like, is most of the stories were taken from original comics, so they were. Yeah. This is something that the people would enjoy watching.
Yeah.
Like the Three Kids one where they're talking about, they saw Batman.
Yeah.
That one's taken from not a comic but the animated series, which everyone loved, the old Batman animated series.
Oh yeah, I remember watching that episode.
Not the old one, but the yes, I'm still wearing two hats. But the newish one. Anyway, that's not the point. They took that from, they took an original story and just adapted it, which people like. People don't always like original Batman stories that are done by Hollywood or movie directors because they just do them really bad.
Yeah.
So they stuck to the guns and did the wise thing and took some old stories and made them good.
Exactly, and I think it's a very good thing. By the way, Matt, I seem to have lost your video.
Yes, I saw myself freeze.
Okay.
It's the power of the two hats.
Okay, yeah. Beware two hats. I mean, that's just too much going on at once. So.
I get it. Beware.
Where? Yeah. So we'll see if that unclogs the tubes in a few moments here. Also, speaking of Funimation, Funimation had a recall, which is very unusual for Funimation. The first Birdie the Mighty Decode, which is a terrible title. I'm sorry, a terrible word title. The show itself is fine. There is a replication issue. So apparently, disc 2 of the box set has the wrong video on it. So fortunately, it hasn't totally gone out to everyone yet. The street date was, I think, next week. So they're having to recall all the DVDs and redo them all and send them all out, which really sucks. That's time-consuming and it's expensive for the company to have to do it. And you do your best with troubleshooting and testing things, but that's gotta hurt Funimation financially wise, especially right now when money's tight. So hopefully that's not going to be too big of a deal. But sort of an odd news story here. There's this site called Lawson. I don't know why it's called that. It's a Japanese site where you can order K-On! Character goods, and they started a promotional campaign where they got 1 million hits in one day for K-On! Merchandise. Yeah, for K-On! Merchandise. Again, this is why they keep making K-On! and Moe stuff, because it's this popular. And they actually took the server down because it was just getting hammered so much. Basically, the campaign began, and you have to go online with these numbers from the store receipts to get stuff. One of the you win prizes. One of the prizes, they had 5 replicas of Yui's guitar. You could actually win Yui's guitar. And other stuff like that.
As in a physical playable guitar?
As in a physical playable guitar, yes.
You could already buy that. That's a real guitar.
Right, but this is meant to look exactly like it, and I'm sure it has a sticker on there or something. I'm on the Japanese site now, but I don't see how to get. Of course, it's all in Japanese. But from the promotional stuff I see here, there's a little K-On! sticker on it, things like that. So,
So the only thing you're actually winning that you couldn't, get in the real world is a sticker.
Right, but you
get that's a real guitar. I've seen it in shops. I've looked at it and gone, that's K-On!
Yes. Well,
that's bad.
But you're getting a free guitar.
Yeah, true. A free guitar.
That's
For people to sit and stare at, because the people who win it obviously don't know how to play an instrument.
Exactly. Much like Yui. So hey, I'm joking, K-On! Fans.
Probably offended a lot.
I probably have. No, I love K-On! Actually, it's funny because I was debating this with somebody who said that they didn't believe that a real band couldn't get that good that quickly at instruments. And I was like, they're not that good in the show. It's not like they go from the beginning of season 1 to the beginning of season or the end of season 1, and they're suddenly global rock stars. They do fine. But the point of that show was not that they are suddenly music gods. Sorry. Announcement: there's going to be a second season of Maria Holic. That gets a lot of attention out there. Maria Holic is a basically a Yuri anime. A girl attends an all-girls school to try to find her destined lesbian partner. But of course, the girl she chooses happens to be a cross-dressing boy, which only in anime, folks.
Well, I liked it, and I think I've heard you say before you didn't like it.
I haven't seen it, to be quite fair.
Well, I know the concept is really, 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 really bad.
Mm-hmm.
With the amount of reallys, you know how bad it is. It is a really stupid concept, but I watched it and actually thought it was really funny. It's very dry humor.
Okay.
Sometimes, and then it's just laugh out loud funny.
Mm-hmm.
And it also just has one of the best or most creative intros ever. If anyone listens to the Life and Times of Anime, you will know that I obsess over intros.
Yeah.
It's always what I talk about, but it's a really important thing. And Maria Holic has a cool intro.
Mm-hmm.
Good music as well. I need to watch it again. I think I got to like the episode 11. That seems to be my problem with anime series. I get to the second last episode and then just don't watch the last one.
Yeah.
For no reason, just don't bother.
I do that a lot, and one of my problems is that I'm enjoying the show so much that I don't want to see, who dies at the end. So, I stop so that I don't have to go through that trauma, which I need to be more mature about. But oh well.
Yeah, because all I've now got is the image of you like curled up in a blanket watching anime, just like chewing on the duvet.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Well, Infinite Revius, I was like that on. I spent like 6 months avoiding the last couple episodes because I was like, everyone's gonna die. It's just that everyone's going to die. And I'm glad I finished it, but it was like, oh, that.